Whew. Hopefully y'all can hear me. We out here. A little bit windy tonight. Mount. Jeremy, what's the deal? Appreciate y'all waiting up. Sorry about last night. I don't know what happened. That shit clicked off. It didn't save. So we did a whole 2-hour live and, you know, it's gone because for some reason it didn't save on YouTube. So I don't know what happened with that shit. But hopefully this one is good. We got a lot to get into. Hey, what's the deal? I'm at the MGM. I'm at the Mandalay Bay. Let's see if we get some more people in here. Let's see where we at. All right, we good. Let's see if we get some more people in this chat. Yeah, last night we was talking about Ibrahim Toure and what's going on in Burkina Faso, and the shit cut off. I came back on for like 7 minutes, but I had to go. But video didn't save, so nobody really saw it besides the people that was there. And I know it's late on the East Coast, so it's probably overseas and West Coast people that's going to be on here tonight. But I'll make sure this one is saved and it'll be recorded on my phone. That way we can get this out. We got 2 minutes in. See if we get some more people in. We got 15. Yeah, so for anybody who missed the live yesterday, people trying to join Scholar Society, just look into the description of my last videos. You'll see the link. I'll put the link in the description of this video when it's done before it posts, so it'll be there. But you can go into any of the last videos and get the links for Scholar Society, for consultations, or for the Shopify, Amazon course. All those links is in the description. It depends on when you register for the app. If you register, a bunch of people already got approved today, so you just got to give it time. So you should be approved by the night today. It was morning time now, so just give it a couple hours. If anything, I'll approve it when I get off of this. When I get off of here, I'll go check it out. But somebody should take care of it tonight. But yeah, you should be good. I was walking up a lot of fucking stairs. I got my breath. If you registered last night, then you should be approved. You gotta make sure you caught up on your dues. If you caught up on your dues, you're good to go. Everybody who registered yesterday got approved already. So check your email. Check your email um for an email. But if you're in the Scholar Society, you're good to go. If you're not in Scholar Society, then you won't get approved anyway. It's only for Scholar Society members. But yeah, anybody who registered before today is already approved. That's in the society. But yeah, I'm gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this. I guess people are gonna watch it later or come in later. But I want to start talking about what's going on because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Everybody should be geek right now. Like everybody should be scratching their head, especially if you're a conspiracy theorist. If you're a conspiracy theorist, you should be scratching your fucking head right now. Trump and China got the fucking trade deal done. It's done. So I had a chance to see what little bit that they put out, and it's fucking crazy. Like they fucking legit did the deal. So anybody worried about shortage on supplies, anybody worried about it being a drought, all that shit is done. So here's the thing: not only did they get the trade deal done, China and Trump, America is already jargon in the bill for China to stop releasing bootleg shit. Yo, Trump is a motherfucker, yo. That's crazy. I can't wait till this is done and they put all the information out because I can't wait to read it because from what I'm hearing already now, it's a really good deal. Um, so yeah, man, that is the biggest shit ever. Like for them to get this deal done to avoid, I mean, war, to avoid everything, it's a big deal. Like this is the biggest thing that has happened in Trump's administration so far because the trade deal is everything. I mean, the world has been held up. Stocks are going to go through the roof. It's what I predicted would happen with Trump anyway, because he's a stock. He is a fucking crypto, president. And you need the economy to be doing well if you're going to implement something like XRP. So it really didn't make sense for us to have a trade situation and we're looking for crypto to go up, especially XRP and everything that these digital currencies is doing. We need the economy to be doing well, or else a lot of these companies are going to miss out on money. So it's about to get crazy, yo. It's already stocks going up already. So I'm expecting this week, especially in the next coming weeks when they release the entire bill and the whole agreement and all the details start to come out, stocks is gonna fucking shoot up. So yeah, like I don't think people understand. And then on Mother's Day, not only Mother's Day, it's also the anniversary of the ending of World War II. So on top of that, so it's this is like I was waiting for it. I kind of figured something would happen. Is one of the reasons why I came on live yesterday to talk about it. I figured it would be something more, but you got to look at it and think like, dude, like your enemies is surrounding you. You have China and Russia. China has basically been helping Russia since Russia had all you know, these restrictions. So China's been buying their oil the most over the last couple of years. China's been helping them out. So it's a lot. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's another thing. So they offer him a plane. So he got a fucking plane out of the deal. Which I mean, I think who knows what the fuck is gonna happen with that shit. I don't trust it, but hey, what the hell? But yeah, so they already on his ass about getting a plane out of that deal. Uh, but yeah, what the fuck? But hey, listen, the deal is done. I want to read it. I want to see everything that's in it. So far, it looks good. That's going to open up talks with. I think he's already getting Mexico on board. Now it's going to be up to Canada to figure out some type of deal. They have a deal in place with England. England's already making deals. Everybody's making deals right now. This changes everything. It's a big deal. David, what's the deal? It's a big deal, man. Like I don't think people understand. Like, cause me personally, I was like, we're either going to reach a deal by this time or we're not because everything is going to be fucking going to shit and we're going to be on the brink of war because of trade situations. And you know what happens usually when we have trade wars? Any type of trade that's happening, they're bombing ships, they're sinking cargo, they're blowing up planes, all kinds of shit. But it hasn't went that far. It seems as if China wanted the deal done as much as we did. And China is first, but you got to understand still, the biggest exporter, of course, is America. We get everything from China. Like we're the number one customer. Like you're number one guy you have to take care of, if that's your number one customer that you're selling the most to. You gotta the deal. You gotta do something with that shit. So for this deal to get done now, it's a big deal. It avoids so much shit. It gives hope to the growth of this country, if that's possible. But I got some friends in some good places that does construction, and I mean they got cleared on a lot of permits. And this is how I knew something was coming because a friend of mine who builds buildings, like commercial shit, was talking about the contracts that he has coming up and the stuff he's going to be doing in LA. So I'm like, man, if they're getting these contracts signed quickly out of the way, they must be planning something or expecting the economy to get better. And here it is. Here it is, man. So this is a big deal. Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. It's a lot of people was worried about it, man. And I talked about it. I said, hey, if we don't get this deal done, or if they keep pushing this, we're going to have it. Because one, what did I say in the last video? I put out a video not too long ago when they were saying that the shelves were wasn't stocked and everything like that. I kept saying, nah, we're good. This is the same shit people be saying all the time, like kicking the same shit. To me, it was a matter of getting that deal done, and avoiding any type of conflict. Because again, as I always keep saying, China, we can't afford for China to go to war with nobody. You gotta understand that, man. Already in England, especially England, because they hurting right now. England is hurting. England can't afford no type of conflict, man. With China or anybody, they can't. The economy can't sustain it right now. It's going real bad. This trade deal is going to help a lot. It's going to help a lot of people out. Oh, it's a little windy out here. A lot windy out here. Yeah, man. Hopefully, listen. Like I said, hopefully people listen and bought XRP when it was down. You made money. If you bought when it dropped down to 161, you made money. You made money. It's going to almost go up $1 now from 161. We're going to be at 161 pretty soon. I mean, 261 pretty soon. So you should have went up. So if you're in the thousands of shares like me, I'm waiting for that shit to go up $1. I already made money. I told you guys, like when that shit dropped, I knew what was coming, and I bought as much as I could at that time. So my shit has already made crazy money off of it. So hopefully you guys bought in then. That's when you should have emptied the bank account when it went down to one. I tried to buy fucking as much. I maxed out 10,000. So after 10,000, I can't get them. I got to go to my other accounts. I got 3 accounts on there, so I maxed out. Then they won't let me buy no more. But I bought a shitload of stock. So yeah, I already made crazy fucking money off of XRP already. Now once it gets to where it's going to go, it's going to be ridiculous. Like it's gonna be crazy. And now I'm expecting it to jump pretty soon. So for everybody that's sleeping on this shit and everybody not paying attention right now, there's a lot going on. Mother's Day is here and a lot of stuff coming up. We got playoffs, we got sports, a lot of shit going on. Pay attention to this politics shit, especially right now. This is a very important time, especially if you're an investor, because the market is going to jump. And again, I'm telling you, out of nowhere, XRP going to fucking jump, and that's going to be it. That's it. You're gonna be priced out. So the people who can't afford to pay, 5, 10, and up in a share, you're gonna be priced out. You're gonna be done. It's gonna be like, damn, I could have bought XRP at fucking 161. Like it's crazy, man. I hate to say I told you so, but I think a lot of people are gonna be asked out. And you still have time now. The shit is only what, like 240, 230, 240. You still got time to get in while it's fucking low as hell. So I would buy as much as possible, especially after this shit just happened. Because tomorrow's Monday, the opening of the business week. Fucking shit is gonna go through the roof because of this deal. So pay attention. Like it's gonna be hectic tomorrow. A lot is gonna happen. The news is already covering everything. Everybody is eating crow. Who was Trump is funny as fuck. Because now this dude looked like over the first 100 days like he was gonna destroy the fucking world. Now with all the deals he got done, and then now he's in records and some shit, it's making a lot of people look stupid. But to me personally, I wasn't worried. I knew something had to be done because the stocks is where it's at. Like the crypto is where it's at. And him and crypto, he put everything into that. He has invested in it personally as well. So to me, of course, something has to be done right with the economy for the crypto market to go up, and here it is. So I expect this week for it to be some massive surges in crypto, and we'll see. Yeah, UPS laid off 20,000 workers. Who else was that laid off a bunch of workers? So a lot of companies going under and going down because of the economy, but we'll see what happens. They might have did so a little too early. Arlette, how you doing, Arlette? Yeah, India and Pakistan situation is crazy, but they're supposed to agree to a ceasefire, but now they keep blaming each other for breaking that ceasefire. So we don't know what's going on. We'll see. Yeah, Jeremy. I'm always concerned with the setup. You always got to watch for the setup. But if it's a setup, it's going to be a setup against Trump because this is something that's yeah. I mean, the only thing that only bad thing can come from it is something to him, something on him. We if something happens, backfires, we wouldn't get a deal as the American people. But I would think something would happen where they step in and fix that. And once that deal is signed, which is going to be done soon, then it's law. It is what it is. So we'll see what happens with that whole thing. But I'm excited about it because I think it has to be done because of. I mean, I think the crypto market suffered long enough now, and something has to get done. And I think this is it. But yeah, you have that going on. You have Ukraine going to meet with Russia, in Turkey, a neutral spot. So these two guys supposed to talk. We'll see what the fuck happens with that. You see what's going on with Africa and Russia. I mean, they gave Ibrahim Torre Russian fighter jets gave him an escort. Like that was a big fucking look right there. That was a good look. They had military planes escorting his plane out of there. It's a fucking good look. What's going on with that situation is what's really piquing my interest more than most Russia and what's happening with these African countries and these leaders now. And yeah, I like it now. And it's like, what the fuck is happening with that? Because we always got to look at it, especially if you want to look at it on the angle of Russia being an enemy of America. What is going on now? Remember, China is more of an ally to Russia than to America, even though we export mostly from them. China is a bigger ally. China and fucking Russia want to be ahead of America, of course, and they basically teaming up to do that. And but again, we make shit pop over here. We buy the most, we export the most. Um, the creativity of a lot of things go through America, as we all know. So yeah, this is a big market, and they would be crazy to mess that up. Um, we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. What up, Turkey? Yeah, yeah. That shit cut off yesterday. I was talking about Africa, but look, I'm optimistic about it. I don't want to wish any bad luck on the whole deal and what's going on with that situation. Hopefully, it's all good. But I'm gonna say this: any bad thing that comes from that shit, anything happens to Ibrahim Torre, it's gonna be fucking hell to pay. It's not gonna be a good thing, man. It's not gonna be a good thing. That could be the setup right there. But I mean, I'm telling you this: something happened to that man, there's gonna be a lot of angry people, not just Africans, but Americans as well. So you don't know. Hopefully everything go right with that. Let me see. Yeah, D Dub, I appreciate it, bro. I still watch King of the Hill, man. That's my shit. Yeah, the other stocks that's low is going to shoot up. Man, I'm telling you, like, trust me. Remember me saying this. The next couple of weeks, you're going to see stocks go crazy, as long as no news come out bad against this trade deal. Now, if this trade deal goes through like it's supposed to, and let's just say Mexico and Canada come to some type of agreement, or at least in talks of an agreement, the economy is going to rebound like fucking crazy. It's going to rebound because consumer confidence is going to come back. People are going to start buying again. And we'll see what changes happens when that trickle down. What did Trump just do? He just signed a fucking executive order to cut prescription fucking medication in half. Stop it. I'm trying to tell you, listen, man. He was setting us up for some shit. I don't know, but the shit is crazy. It's like you got to pay attention to what's going on. It's scary, but it's also exciting at the same fucking time. That this is historic. I don't think people paying attention because everybody's so worried about the economy. Executive order to cut prescription medications, the cost in half. That's a big fucking deal, man. That's a big deal. So the rebound of the economy is going to help the housing market. We know it's going to help with stocks and crypto. It's going to be a resurgence to the economy. And we'll see how much of a trickle down effect that has. You got to look at it, man. This dude has been getting butchered on the economy. It's the biggest thing everybody's talking about. What the hell are you doing? You come in with these fucking tariffs and all this shit. You fucking everything up. But now it's going to make him look like a fucking genius. It's going to make him look like a genius, and it's going to make everybody who stood at podiums and everything else feel stupid because he did exactly what he said he was going to do, and make it look like his plan worked. And maybe it's going to leave him open, or people open to be more lenient about other things that could be a problem. But for right now, to me, I don't give a fuck what else was going on. To me, the biggest thing that needed to be taken care of was this trade agreement. And here it is, it's done. I don't give a shit about nothing else because the trade agreement fixes everything else. So here it is right here. So let's see what's in it. Like I said, from what I read already, especially them, they're trying to get rid of Temu and all that cheap ass merchandise and have China, who is producing the real thing. If you're going to sell it at a cheaper price, then sell the real shit. And it's going to be an issue with all that knockoff shit. So they're trying to get that shit cut. We'll see what happens. Because yeah, remember they came all over social media saying, "Hey, we make all the products for Gucci and Louis and all these other things. They just finish it in Italy so they can put the tag on it. But we really manufacture 95% of the product." But then you sell knockoffs of low quality. That's the same fucking cost of the main, the good shit. That's what I really want to look more into because um, that's going to have a major effect on a lot of shit. And you got to remember that's why I say make sure you guys clothes. It shouldn't affect clothes is clothes. It's going to affect shit like handbags. Like electronics, not clothes. Clothes you're going to be fine, but electronics and certain things is going to have a big issue if this goes the way it looks. But I'm going to keep my eye on that. I don't buy knockoff shit, so I'm going to watch how this thing goes. That's what's up, Degra. Oh yeah. And what's the deal, Ant? Yeah, so I was having a very interesting conversation with a former preacher friend of mine, who's conscious now, right? So we was talking about something. Everybody talks about the end times and everything like that. We're in the end times, and this is going to happen, and everything like that. And so one of the conclusions we came to for people to stop and think about is you got to remember that a lot of the end time prophecy, when it was supposedly being taught, and I talk about this, I teach this. Remember that stuff was being taught to that generation, the people during that time. It wasn't meant for a later generation like we thought. That got changed when the later versions of the Bible was created. But the 7 years of tribulation, the war, the famine, everything that's supposed to happen before, the end time or so-called New World Order, when you really think about it, it has already happened in those places, the so-called Middle East. They experienced the war and 7 years of basic hell and tribulation. We are falsely putting that tribulation on us, believing that it's going to happen in America. It may have happened already. Something to think about. And right now is we're at war. It's been over there in that area, the so-called Middle East, and these other European. You have what's happening in Gaza. You have what's happening with Russia and Ukraine. I mean, it's been war for years, nonstop over there. I mean, I can't think of a worse war or a worse time for shit to be going on in that area of the world. So you got to think about, you know, it fits those areas more than looking at America as being this end time prophecy fulfillment place or area. But we'll see. Right now, it looks like shit is about to be completely different. Again, I don't think people understand how big this trade deal is. It fucking stops so much shit. And if England can get a deal done and they fix this whole Brexit shit, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. And we're going to see like massive growth as far as the economy, and it's going to be a big move towards growth. And it's a lot of companies that I invest in and people who I know that's talking about building and new shit coming. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm excited about it because what I read so far sounds like it's going to be something super fucking crazy. And we'll see. Yeah, solar power. Yeah, for sure. It definitely is a metaphor for that. The whole being born again, all that is reincarnation, so on and so forth. But you have these Christians that take every single. I have a whole video on prophecy that it's all bullshit. Take every single so-called prophecy and mix it up and make it, fit us. When the Bible never speaks of us in this time, Jesus is saying, "Verily, verily." He's talking to the disciples and people around him. He said, "Some of you here will not taste death until the Son of Man come until the end of the world." So if he's saying that to the people around him, how is he talking about this generation? You understand? Like it don't make sense. So, but yeah, it fits with personal death when you really look at the parable. Yeah, they had a pause already. Now the deal's done. So it just got done hours ago. So literally, probably 4 or 5 hours ago, the deal just got done. Just got done today. So it was breaking news like hours ago. So this shit just got done. So the it's done. So now we just gotta wait for the jargon to come out and what's going to be in the deal and see what the fuck it's talking about. And but basically, they walked out of the meeting and say we reached a deal. Trump closed the conference call with a deal being done, and yeah, that's it, man. Now it's just some other shit they got to fucking tie up. But like I said again, it has to happen for this rise in the economy to happen, for the crypto to go up. And then, of course, I'm still standing by all that shit is going to fucking, it's going to be gone after that. It's a build up to something else. I still believe that. I don't think it's just going to be prosperous and everything's going to be great from here on out. It's going to be good for a while because, they have to have their war and their new world order and all that bullshit. But for now, this is supposed to be the build up to that. Yo, D Griff, tell me about it, bro. You know how much I love Mexico. I'm always in there, always down there, and I can't wait. And hopefully, this shit gets done. They got to do something with Mexico because that shit is killing me, especially now with summer is basically here. and I go to Mexico a lot, and I had trips planned, and I can't wait till they fix that shit because it ain't safe. I'm not going there. I'm not going nowhere that's not safe. I ain't got time for that. I got a 1 year old, so I got to make sure everything's good. But dude, I'm hoping they get something done in Mexico and get that straightened out, so it's safe to go there and it's not fucking a hassle crossing a fucking border, and immigration and going through customs and all that shit has been a hassle. I don't want to deal with none of that shit. So hopefully they reach a deal. Yeah, Antep, if you already put in for the app, registered, if you did it yesterday, you should have got approved already. So if not, then check your email. Check your email. Anybody that puts in a request tonight, I'll go. Somebody should approve it, so somebody should take care of it. But if not, I'll check it when I get back in, and I'll approve anybody that's waiting. So you guys will get approved. By the time right after this live is done, I'll approve anybody that's still on that list. Matter of fact, let me see. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll check it when I get in. It was better signal. Yeah, there's always Costa Rica, right? Yeah, I was supposed to stop on the way to Dubai the end of last year. I was supposed to be in Dubai last year. I was supposed to go. My freaking case. Oh, well, I can't see it on this phone. Let me see. See if I can pull this up. So if you guys can read that, it says your case has been settled. So that's my case right there for the accident. My case is already settled. So finally, my black ass can leave. I'm just waiting for the check. But yeah, my case has been settled. The car accident I was in, that's my lawyer sending me the message. So it got settled. The number is nice. And yeah, so waiting on that. And then I can make some moves because legally I had to make sure that deal, I had to wait till that deal was done before I left. Because that's paperwork I got to sign. It's shit I got to do. But that's what kept me out of there. But yeah, the trip to Egypt, I was supposed to go stop there on the way to Dubai. Um, it's I got very little time to do certain things, man. When that time passed, I got to fucking, you know, reload. I got to go on other things. So, but I'll be out there. I'm able to probably September. I was planning a trip in September because that's the best time to go. So hopefully I can stick to that plan and go out there in September. All right, solar power, appreciate it. Yeah, I've been to Brazil a couple times. Yeah, the settlement, man. It's you know how that should go. I was in an Uber, got into the accident, so you know how that shit goes. Hopefully, it's um it's something that a lot of people want to have to experience and go through that shit. But if you do, I recommend getting the Richard Harris, that lawyer. He's a good lawyer. He's a good lawyer. So I recommend getting him. And if you guys ever get into anything like that, he's the best lawyer. Best lawyer for that. Yeah, Richard Harris. Richard Harris Law Firm. Good lawyer. Yeah, Ibrahim Torre, everything in Burkina Faso, like I said, that's still a big question mark. And it's all we can do is Sit back and wait and see what happens. Um, like I said yesterday, like it's a good deal for. It's not like Russia is giving some, some poor Africans a handout. They can't, they have sanctions against them. So Russia can't sell any of their gold to the West. So they can't sell any gold to the West. So Russia has to really do a deal with Burkina Faso, which Russia was already in there. But now with France being out of there, Russia can basically take over, or excuse me, the oligarchs that own those gold mining companies, they can take over the business that France had going on, and they can go ahead and take that gold. You know what I'm saying? Take that gold, and it's a good deal for them. It's a good deal for Russia. They get they're getting 85% of the gold from Burkina Faso. The people of Burkina Faso is only get 15%. The numbers still look crazy to me, but it's more with that deal. Um, Something like, of course, the protection. They're going to need it against the rebels because France still owns some of those rebels, and they're going to be probably sending them over there. But having Russian protection out there, and I talked about all this in the video I just put out not too long ago. Having that protection, being able to rely on those soldiers while they work is going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal. Jackson, what's the deal? Yeah, so like I said, man, I think it's a good deal for them. I'm glad he was able to get some type of help because they didn't really have protection. What I was saying when it cut off yesterday, last night, I was talking about them uh, coming in there and protecting those people in Burkina Faso, and they come there and protect them, but they don't leave any weapons. So the people can't protect themselves. They didn't leave any weapons for the people to fight off these rebels. But it's almost as if they wanted to be that way, to where they always got to call on France and come in and get the help from France. Russia was there as well. Before the whole takeover happened with Ibrahim Torre. So they already been there. They already been there. They already know the situation. It was a good move for Russia to get involved more so, and a good deal for everybody. The whole thing is, what are the deals going to look like for Niger, and for Mali, and for any of these other African nations if they do the same thing? What's going to happen? And the biggest thing is what kind of kickback is going to happen with America for this happening. They're going to be pissed off. This is a big deal. Not just America, France. What is France going to do? Are they going to allow this to happen? But now you got to look at it and say, well, guess what? France can't intervene. America can't intervene because Russia's involved. So if anybody intervenes with Russia being there, that could start an international incident, a whole war, a whole problem. Which America can't really afford to get into anything with Russia, having a new deal with China, and China and Russia being close. So yeah, I mean, to me, like I said, it's either the greatest fucking African move of all time. This guy is smart or he's stupid. He's a puppet. I tend to think he's smart. I don't see any bad thing from this deal, besides the fact that they're only getting 15%. But it's more with that than just looking at the 15%. When you understand, yeah, they're building so much over there. Like it's a lot that come with that. To me, the biggest thing is the protection. That's the biggest deal. So I think it's a good deal for them. Yeah, 15% could be a lot, depending on how much they get out the ground. You just never know. But it's the politics and the protection and the name, the status. I mean, like look what happened today. This dude had Russian military escorts, flying with his plane, the protection, everything was there. The dude got greeted like he was a fucking king when he came there. Everything you want to see, you saw it. And this is all from the Russian government. It's from the Kremlin. But again, we know the Kremlin is run by those Russian oligarchs. They control all that shit. So they already got deals done in Africa. They already making their money. Again, it's a lot that go with all that. I broke all that shit down in the video. Because like I said, everybody says, "Well, dude, y'all got all this gold. You don't need nobody." But you got to remember, you still got to get the gold out the ground. You don't just got to get the gold out the ground. You got to know how to get it out the ground. You need people who have the understanding to do that. You need people who got the trucks, the equipment to do that. So those Africans walking around on all that gold, they don't know how to get it out of the ground safely. So they got to bring somebody in to do that. And if they're going to do all that work, they got to get compensated for it. It got to be worth their while. And all Africa has been saying is to let's do business the way they're doing business now with Russia, instead of France, America, and other nations coming in there. What's happening? The whole, Belgium, horrible, Netherlands, everybody coming in there raping Africa. Africans need to step up, do what Ibrahim Traore is doing, take charge of their fucking resources, and do business instead of just getting raped. Plain and simple. It's just how it's supposed to be done. So hopefully he encouraged these other leaders who have all sold the fuck out to grow some fucking balls. Plain and simple. Now all eyes is on Africa, and you can look to another African nation for help and say, hey, we're trying to do what you did. How can we get this done? That way, African people can own those resources and get the most out of them, even though, we don't have the resources and means to do it ourselves. But this is why you work a deal out like this. I believe it's an 8-year deal. In 8 years, Russia's going to be done took who knows how many billions of dollars out of the ground. But the economy in Burkina Faso will have grown so much to where they won't need to hire any outside countries to mine their own gold. They'll be self-sufficient to be able to do that on their own, and then just do gold deals with the other countries the way it's supposed to be, the way it's supposed to be done. So I think it's a good deal. Yeah. Um, I thought it would be South Africa first. It's a little bit more civilized down there, uh, but it has to happen, man. But at the same time, with South Africa, more people are set in their ways. More people are set in their ways, and this is always something like, again, like I said, you have to look at everything. Everything I'm saying now goes towards, if you're in the society, you understand what I'm talking about. We talked about this in the society. So anybody outside of society, you don't understand what's going on. This is Harlem Nights. We're gonna kick them in the nuts and get the fuck out. Everything that's happening now, you have to be optimistic about, because one, it's supposed to happen. I didn't want it to get caught up and stretched out any longer than it need to be. But at the end of the day, I don't trust none of this shit, and I expect it all to fall. So this is what I've been saying. But the good thing is the gap between the good times hasn't been that long so far. So here it is, and we should have that rise, because this is, I'm talking about crypto. We should have that rise in the crypto as we talked about soon, and then everything else will follow with that. So the whole name of the game is to not get into this skirmish before the big intake happens, for it to be a smooth transition from now to that, and then get in, get your money, get the fuck out before everything falls, because it will. Like I said, they're going to have their war, they're going to have their new world order. It's going to happen. It's just a bunch of good shit that's going to happen first before the lead up to that, if you understand what's going on. So I'm not being overly optimistic. I understand what the fuck's going on. So we need this growth. You understand that? We need the growth. So like I said, what I say, they're gonna build it up, then they're gonna pour the carpet out of everybody. Everybody's gonna be indulged in the economy, and everything is gonna look good, everything is gonna be good. Now, if you're smart, you get in, you get the money, and you don't get caught up in that shit. You get in, you get the money, you get out. Harlem Nights. We talked about this in the society. So you understand, you gotta have good times before you can go in, and do the job. So you need money to be flowing before you do the job. Anybody who robs a bank, make sure the bank just got deposits before they do the fucking robbery, right? This is what we're doing right now. We want the deposits to come. We want everything to go good, the economy to rise up, the economy to do better, money to be flowing, stocks to be going up. Get the money, hold on to it, get the fuck out before everything falls, and don't get swept up in the fucking carpet. Don't get swept under the rug with all the other people who don't know what's happening and what's about to come. But so far, so good. Yeah, that's the meme coins, crypto. So they're getting rid of meme coins. So all the dumb crypto that don't do nothing, that shit is not going to be regulated. So this is why everybody's waiting on the regulations, which was pushed back till September. So you got to understand, there's a lot of meme coins out there that don't do nothing. There's no real function. We're just fucking, jumping on it because we jumping on it. But it doesn't do anything. XRP does. Some of these XLM does. Some of these other cryptos do things. They actually work. XRP is going to facilitate the trade of currency throughout the world, which is why we need this trade agreement because it's going to start with that. It's one of the reasons why GTA 6 got pushed back because they didn't reach this deal yet. GTA 6 is going to highly implement XRP and this trade globally. They're talking about a bunch of millionaires about to be made off of that fucking game. They don't call it's $2 billion, but they're over $2 billion on the budget so far for this game. They pushed it back because they're probably going to put more money into it. But they need all of this to be going correctly. They already prematurely raised the prices on video games. Nobody's buying that shit. Nobody's gonna be paying $80 for a game. Not with the economy the way that it is right now. But they prematurely did the release because they was expecting things to get better, and here it is. Because I was scratching my head like these people know something, and they released it fucking early. So now we gotta wait and see, you know, if that was a good move or not. So far, good move. Yeah, and one, I'm with you. A lot of those are scams, but you got to look at it for function. A lot of the cryptos, that's why they call them meme coins. They're just a joke, right? It's a joke. It doesn't do anything, right? So the reason why Bitcoin did what it did is because it actually does something. Bitcoin, it works. It helps calculates transactions on the blockchain, which as I put out a whole video on blockchain, and everything's going to be run off blockchain pretty soon. But Bitcoin does something. Now XRP is faster than Bitcoin. So where do you think Bitcoin XRP is going to be soon? XRP, the possibilities is crazy. The deals they already made, which is one of the reasons why I never abandoned it, because Japan and Korea would not have done that deal. It all fits. It makes sense now when you start to look at certain shit. And it's like, okay, so they must have already knew or had an understanding the economy would have a bounce back pretty soon because there's no way I would do that deal with fucking XRP, with Ripple, knowing that the economy in America is not doing so well. So why would I do a massive deal in Japan, in Korea, and then have these other countries looking to do a deal with Ripple if I didn't know for sure the economy was going to bounce back fast? And here it is. Like I said, that trade agreement is the biggest shit ever. I don't think people going to realize it in the coming days how big it is and how much we avoid so much shit because of it. But you got to look at it, man. Like this is a dangerous, crazy game that they playing, and we don't know which way they're going to go. We can only predict, but it's some things that happen and gives you a lot of insight as to the direction they're going to go, because it's like, okay, well, why did they do this if this was going to happen, right? So why would Japan do that deal? Why would Korea do the deal if they knew the economy was actually going to tank and go where people thought it would go? And I think again, I'm highly on Mexico becoming a part of America. That's going to happen. Mark my words, it's going to happen before Trump's term is up. But whether it's war or whether it's some type of agreement, who knows? But I think it's happening the way she's talking because she's in talks. So for her to either be indulging Trump and having a conversation with him leads me to believe it's going to be some type of deal that's going to be announced that's going to fucking change the whole fucking world when it happens, because bringing Mexico into the fold is going to be big. Not just that, and what leads me to really know that's going to happen soon is the fact that this deal was done with China. Think about it. Talked about this in the video as well. If America gets Mexico, it screws China completely. China has no way. It's like playing fucking, tic tac toe. They block, they move, they have nowhere else. It's over. Checkmate, right? Chess. Because how right now China is importing through Mexico. So I showed you guys my receipt of my stuff I got. When it came in, all my stuff when it came in from China, it was from Mexico, through Mexico. So I put the receipt, my tracking thing on the Merkabah Scholar Society page, but the stuff came, but it came through Mexico, and that's how they're getting shit in. I broke all this shit down in the video. So the key to that was seeing all of the major companies, including Tesla, building warehouses down in Texas to be closer to Mexico to get all that stuff in to their warehouses before the tariffs. They did all that. But you got to understand, strategic move by Trump getting Mexico, if that happens, he did that to force China's hand to make an agreement. That's why he seems so fucking cocky and smug talking about it. Whenever Trump talks about this shit, he just seems like, yo, this shit is going to happen. It's something they can do. And that move was for that reason because he knew now not only you can't afford to lose America, one, but you really can't afford to lose Mexico and have it come under, America. Now, whether or not that deal is still going to get done, whether we get Mexico because the deal got done or not, we don't know. I think it still might get done. Does it need to happen? Probably not. But it would be a smart move to do so. So we'll see what happens. I believe it will happen. Yeah, I believe Mexico will fold to Trump, and it won't be so much as folding. Like, if you go to, I've been to Mexico. I go to Mexico all the time. Some people already know. Like, if you go to Mexico, Mexico is absolutely amazing. Like, you ever look at something and be like, damn, it's missing one thing. That's Mexico. Because when you go there, I talked about Mexico City last night, how amazing it is, how huge it is. It's just like, man, it's missing something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it needs that influence. So one, Mexico is already, lenient and was open to us before all this shit started going on. You can go to Mexico. I told you guys when I was there, they was going to finance me to buy a fucking house. I was getting ready to do it. So I was like, shit, that's crazy. It's beautiful there, but it's a lot that's untouched, untapped. It needs to be revitalized. It needs some money to come in there that can basically get around any type of crazy tax. Rich people can go there and funnel money and build shit. They have to get tax breaks. They have to get the Mexican government to give them some type of concessions. If America gets in there, that's going to happen. So if you think about expanding, look what happened. You got to pay attention. Like, I mean, look what happened with Hawaii, right? The fires. Look what happened with Chicago, the fires. We want to talk about prime fucking real estate. We want to talk about a great place to build a smart fucking city. What? Mexico? Are you kidding me? Imagine Mexico. It's so beautiful. There's so much there that can be developed on. There's so much coast. There's so much water. It's beautiful beaches. It's so much. They're already building crazy resorts down there. New shit. So it's a big deal. So looking at it and saying, okay, we had the wall built, right? We had everything happening here with immigration, right? For the Mexican people to look at that and say, it's over. We don't got to worry about no fucking borders no more. We don't got to worry about no immigration no more. We can go. We're Americans basically. We don't have to worry about none of that shit anymore. I think the Mexican people will be more willing to do that versus leave it the way that it is. And here's the big one. This is the biggest one. The fucking cartel. That's the biggest one. The cartels has been a problem in Mexico. So that's what they want to either get under wraps or get rid of. So that's the issue that that's a problem over there. One, and to me, like I said before, the CIA is running most of those cartels. Plain and simple. No different from what happened in Nicaragua with the Contras. They've been doing this for years. Yeah, they got a lot of those warehouses up there. Yeah. So I talked about that as well with the healthcare vision, JV. Yeah, good point. So one of the things you're gonna be able to do, also not just with healthcare, with your like with your what is it 401k, you're gonna be able to roll your 401k over to XRP. Big fucking deal, yo. It's like XRP is going to change so much. and they're already in position to do so. Like I said, the shit is going to jump so fucking high, and everybody's going to be priced out. I'm telling you guys, as I've been saying, keep buying that shit. When it dropped to that 160, hopefully you guys bought a whole lot and just buy it. Keep buying that shit. It's going to go up when it happens. That's it. It ain't we ain't, you ain't going to see it below 3 for a long time when it jumps up. Well, ever again, actually, once it jumps. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But the thing is with Mexico, China can't do nothing with Mexico besides trade, besides importing. Like you're talking about a nightmare to do any type of infrastructure building growing in Mexico because that's a strategic move against America. If you understand, like that's a move that would be them coming and trying to do anything major with Mexico will have American intervention. And since Mexico is basically a part of America, you might as well say it's attached, to this country. Mexico would have to side more with doing the deal with America than China. So let's just say, fucking Mexico say Mexico is for sale. Who want to buy? The best buyer would be America. Nobody else fits better to sell it to than America. So China can only do import deals and stuff like that. But as far as having any type of impact majorly, it's a nightmare. They won't be able to do it. Alchemy, what's the deal, bro? Yeah, Mexico. Listen, man. Like for people who go down there, you guys know there's still remnants of the Wild West in Mexico, man. There's still areas just unpoliced, untouched, run by cartels. Anything goes. Like it's fucking bananas over there. So people flee out of fear for a lot of things, man. Those young boys fuck up that cartel money, and now their whole family is marked for death, and they got to leave the country. They come running over here. Shit like that happens a lot. It's just so many horrible stories, but it's not the government, but it's the government, but really it's the cartels. The cartels is the big issue, and nobody can really fuck with the cartels. You got to do a deal with them. You got to respect them. You got to do something with them. They're not just going to fucking bow down and give up their shit. These people are billionaires, man. They got crazy money. It's not going to be easy. So something has to get done to where the cartel can keep making their money, or however they make their money, legit or whatever they're doing. Something's going to have to get done. It's basically they're going to have to do what they did with the mob in America down there in Mexico. Remember, the mob civilized. They start. I'm in mob territory right now. Here it is. This is what the mob end up doing. Here it is. Because one is uncivilized to keep doing what they was doing. Bodies in the street, murders all over the news every day. All these families getting wiped out, people getting whacked left and right. It was ugly. It was nasty. The mob couldn't continue to keep doing that when so much money was involved. And this is what they built. This is what they end up doing. And as well as Los Angeles, as well as California. So they put their money where it needed to be and grew what they grew. And the cartels is going to have to do something like that. So we'll see. Mexico City is fucking amazing. It's bigger than New York City. It's humongous. It's crazy. You ever see a big ass Mexican rat? Yeah, they will eat New York rats like nothing. Trust me, they big as fuck. So Mexico City can be so crazy, so dope. It needs more infrastructure. Needs more money to be put in down there. The fear and the people not wanting to do anything down there is because of the cartels. Something has to get done. They can open banks. They can do a lot of shit with their money to keep making money the legit way and also help their people in their economy. They just need somebody to come in there and allow them to basically say, listen, we know you made your money killing and whatever illegal shit you did. We're gonna sweep that under the fucking rug. From here on out, you got to go legit. Here's how you can do it. This is what we're willing to offer you if you're willing to do this. Plain and simple. Basically, what they did to the mob. Yeah, Lightbringer, that's a good question. So listen, man, I can only go. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, D Griff, that's a good point. But look, the thing with hold on one second. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So that's one of the things again that's supposedly part of the Trump plan, right? So, I mean, here it is. Like that's basically what he's saying. Like exactly that question. Like we have an issue with agriculture, we have an issue with manufacturing and everything. That stuff needs to come back to America. So again, you have this trade issue, you have the tariffs, you have these companies basically being forced to bring more stuff back here to America as part of the deal. That's why I got to really look into this shit because now it's like, okay, you got a deal now with China. What does that mean now? Because everything about making America great again, does that still stand? Because if you're just going to continue to do business as usual with China, are you still going to allow these major companies to keep outsourcing jobs and sending shit to China to get manufactured, leaving us fucked here in America? Or are you really trying to make America great again, or are you just trying to win against China, right? So that's a point that a friend of mine actually brought up when I was talking to him about it, and it's a good thing. We don't know. We got to wait and see what happens and what's in the bill. But this is going to be something that the Democrats is going to use, and they definitely going to harp on this because it's going to make them look like a fraud. Because Make America Great, nigga, you really just basically sold out to the Chinese again. So in that deal, will it be a jargon that's going to basically allow these companies to continue to do what they've been doing? Gucci, Louis, all these other companies having China manufacture all these goods. 95% of the goods manufactured in China, 5% in Italy. Like, is that still going to happen? What is going to happen with everything we just seen? Are we supposed to just ignore it? Are we supposed to just ignore all these Chinese people coming out and showing us what's been going on and how they've been manufacturing shit and everything like that? Like, we supposed to forget about that. So now it's like, what's going to be in this whole situation, this deal, to let us know that this wasn't just some bullshit? Because, like, at the end of the day, I mean, Trump could look at it and say, hey, y'all want me to fucking have the prices go back up, or y'all going to shut the fuck up and be happy I got this deal done, right? Or is you really trying to make America great and get more manufacturing plants and jobs and everything back here in America? Have us manufacturing our own shit, not relying on China no more. I mean, what about making America great again, right? So we'll see. Now, whether or not Midwest, the South or agriculture or how that's going to reflect this whole deal, we don't know. I got to look at this whole thing and see because to me, agriculture has already been taken over. Farms are basically gone, been bought out. They have so many laws and everything against them, making them change how they fucking farm. Like, remember the whole thing about the whole farmercide shit was on Netflix, and them making these people basically poison our fucking food. It's too much bullshit going on. It's a lot, man. It's a lot to deal with, but we'll see. My whole thing is crypto, 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 crypto. That's what I care about because at the end of the day, this shit gonna fall. I don't care what nobody say. I know it's coming. It's not going to last long. It's a lot that has to happen. There's a lot that's coming. And they telling you, they're showing you what's coming. But this right here, what I'm talking about, like, again, if you're in a society, you understand because we talk about this. Again, for me, what we just went through now, everything, this, shit going down, me, I was expecting it to be longer. And I was hoping that it wouldn't be longer. And I was expecting it to be worse. And I was hoping that it would not be worse. I was hoping that we did not get to the point where the shelves are bare, right? And you can't go buy a fucking box of crackers or anything because there's nothing to buy. The ports are empty. They're not nothing is being sold. All the stores are closing down. I was hoping we didn't get to that point. So the reason why I'm excited now is because it looks like we won't get to that point. Nothing changes about anything I said. Like I said, if you're in a society, you understand. Nothing changes about anything. All that shit that I said is going to happen. It's coming. But this part that we're in right now, I was expecting to be longer and worse, and I'm glad it's not that way. I'm glad that they're going to get a deal done so we can go ahead and get to this get money phase and start making this money and growing this crypto and growing this economy again before they blow it up. But it's going to be a nice time of prosperity business wise for anybody that's smart enough to take advantage of it. You're going to be able to take advantage of this shit because they have to do it this way. If you know what I talk about, you understand. They have to give you this opportunity to get your money, to get in, right? Because it's how universal law works. We gave you everything for you to get this money, to get in, to get yourself together. If you didn't take advantage, you're going to be caught up in whatever bullshit comes next. So before, again, they pull the rug, now we're about to come into a time where you can really grow financially a whole lot. Again, one of the reasons why I put out the Shopify Amazon course, because this is going to help that. This is going to help that a whole lot. It's going to make shit faster. It's going to make shit better. And if you're doing drop shipping and everything like that, if you're buying shit from China like myself, this is a good thing. It's a big fucking deal. So while it's here, while food is on the table, fucking eat, man. Eat before the fucking waiters come in and clean all that shit up before the fucking place closed down. Get as full and fat as you can now, and then walk the fuck out of there before the place closed. That's what we're getting ready to do. That's the deal. So again, people in the society, you understand. Um, and again, if you just follow my videos and know what I talk about, you should have some type of understanding of what I talk about. I'm not being overly optimistic. I'm being very, very optimistic about what I've seen. Uh, what I've seen today. What I've seen today is a big fucking deal, man. Because again, that gap is closed now, and this whole time of economic downfall is about to be over. And I, for one, did not want to see it get to the point where fucking Walmart has a line around the block, or fuck a line around the block, they kick it in the door. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to see none of that. I didn't want it to get that bad before they reach a deal. So now that we reach a deal, this is like, whoo, good, because I didn't want it to come to that. So now and again, the plan is on. Harlem Nights, gonna kick them in the nuts, get the fuck out of there. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing, man. Like Bringer, that's a good point. But that's old. I mean, the factory's been going for decades now, right? And we know our problem. We know the black problem. We know it's fucking hip hop culture. Hip hop culture destroyed us, corrupted us. Now we more fucking worried about looking the part versus actually being the part. Everybody's following that bullshit ass culture and trying to floss and trying to shit on a fellow black person, and we don't look out for each other. There's no economic growth within the black community because nobody wants to patronize another black man because you don't want that black man to be shitting on you. It's just we screwed again. Like I said years ago, I gave up on that fucking black unity shit a long time ago. I understand now there can't be black unity without self unity. You got to get yourself together first. We get ourselves together first, then unity can be a possibility. Because a bunch of black people in the room and 25% of the room believe in Jesus, 25% believe in Allah, the other half is conscious, it ain't gonna work. So what I was saying yesterday, remember, you got fucking billion fucking black people, man. You got a bunch of black folks waiting for Jesus to come back. So to talk to them about any type of growth and growing the economy, and then they look out at their fucking reality and say, this is the end times. I'm just going to keep getting by until it's over, until Jesus come back, right? No one really deep down, they don't believe that shit because they're not really practicing Christianity the way they should be. But a lot of our people is fucking poison, man, in these black communities. They screwed. And it's just crazy. Like I said, man, like you guys gotta be thankful and gotta thank yourselves for being in the consciousness that you are in to seek higher knowledge and higher education. Because some people don't have that fucking consciousness capacity or the mental capacity to even comprehend the shit that we're talking about. And then 90% of these people won't pick up a book or have the attention span to watch a video to gain that knowledge. Everybody is a conspiracy theorist to the detriment of themselves because now everything is a fucking conspiracy. You can't trust this person. You can't trust this person. Oh, this person's scamming. They don't know where to fucking look to. And any black person that's pushing anything, the first thing a black person look to is where's the money? Where's the money? Oh, he frauding. We can't even look. I get fucking more bullshit, more hate from black people than I do from anybody fucking else. It be your own fucking people. So again, like no matter what you do or what you say, like it's always going to be us pulling each other down until we understand personally ourselves and fix ourselves, and then we can go on and help other people out once they look to you and see your success. Because everybody that was a naysayer in my life, once they see me start making millions of dollars and everything like that, buying Lamborghinis and doing everything I've been doing, once they see all that shit, guess what? They wisen up real fast. And then I help a lot of them get into their businesses and start their businesses and get to where they at now. But it takes people seeing you have that success for them to even look at you in that way. But in the black community, in the hood, everybody in the fucking hood. So you try to kick some knowledge to them. They're like, nigga, you live 2 blocks away. What the fuck do you know? Nigga, you here, right? And the factories and everything that's been going for decades is just, a small part of what we facing in the black community, man. And it's just the job situation. One, remember, even when the factories was here, they came up with colleges and degrees and everything like that. So we couldn't do what the white man did. Because as I always talk about, the white man went to high school, he got a job in a fucking factory, he was able to fucking buy a house, a car, put his son through college, and his wife never worked a job in her life. She stayed home and took care of the kids. They went on 3 vacations a year. He did all that with a high school education and one job at a factory, right? So, let's see, what was this? Okay, my bad. Yeah, so a lot to think about with that shit, but good point. The Jesus, good point. Yep. One mind at a time. Exactly. I always preach that. One mind at a time. And that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Who willing to listen will listen. Plain and simple. Yeah, California, listen. You guys get a chance, I want you to go online, go to booking.com or whatever, right? Go there and try to book a hotel in California right now and look at the prices. They don't want nobody coming to California. I don't think no hotel is under $100 a night. Everything is 200. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Because I've been getting phone calls. Everybody been trying to rent out my Airbnb for for months now. A lot of people trying to go to Cali. It's warm. A lot of people trying to go out there, but the hotel prices is fucking crazy. So one, whatever reason, they don't want nobody over there. There's a lot of shit going on, and I told you what California is turning into. Um, yeah, like if they build a smart city there, it's going to be extreme for the extremely wealthy. Like you got to be extremely wealthy. I don't know how some people can afford to even live there now. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, who knows now? Who knows what's going to happen with that whole situation? Root, what's the deal? Yeah, and one, especially if you're waiting on Jesus. Jesus ain't coming to save you. Jesus is you, my friend. You save yourself. But I expect I expect there to be some major changes over there pretty soon. Just because business can't survive like that for too long. I mean, you have so many people like California's in a situation where there's so many people there. They're already dug in, and you're already having a lot of people move out because a lot of people I know moving here to California. I mean, to Vegas, and people are escaping that high ass rent and high ass prices, but that can't last for too long. It just can't. They'll have to do something about it. And here's the thing, and this is something you got to think about. I talked about this before. Remember, I said if everybody who can afford to buy a car and drive a car could actually buy a car and drive a car, guess what? The roads would be completely backed up, right? Traffic would be at a standstill. What am I describing right now? California, LA, plain and simple, plain and simple. There's no more fucking land, dude. Like you're going to the water. There's no more land, right? There's no more fucking land. There's nowhere to go but up. Nowhere to go but up. The roads are constantly packed, accident after accident. The expressways are jammed. Traffic is fucking jammed. They got to do something. And you have all these poor people everywhere. You have all these people who shouldn't be there, who, well, in their mind. So now you cause all this trouble. You raise prices super high. You get all the fucking poor people out of there. So now what's left is the people who can actually afford to be there, invest in LA, and get the beauty of LA, California, Santa Monica, Malibu, right? That's what they want there. What's going to happen is they're doing this. Now the numbers are dropping. Traffic is lighter, right? Car crashes is going away. The insurance rates is going to go down some. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be nothing but rich people there. That's what they want. That's what they want. California hit a point to where it's overpopulated. LA is overpopulated. The roads are fucking disgusting. Some of the nicest areas in fucking LA are absolutely beautiful, but are fucking full of rundown piece of shit ass shack houses, right? But it's prime location. You get these people out of there and you build condos, you build up. You understand? They're gonna take they envious of New York. They're envious. So they want New York and LA and they're gonna get it. They already got it basically. So that's what's gonna happen. That's what's coming. Yeah, I like bringing that. I was actually I talked about this before as well. I actually was going to take a oil rig job in China. This was years ago. When I got the Navy, that was one of the first people to contact me. They actually contacted me for like a good 6 years. So it was one off the coast of Maine and one in China that was paying like fucking 100 grand a month. So I know the one in China was starting off $100 an hour, tax free, and then I think after like 90 days, just like 100 grand a month or something like that salary. So I was looking into that a long time ago, but like I said, I made good money doing other shit. So, and then the traveling and everything like that, I didn't have time. But yeah, it's a good job. It's a good job. It's dangerous as fuck. So be safe. Yeah. There is so many. I don't know. A lot of places don't have training. I know some of them they want people to have some type of experience to get that kind of money. But oil rigs, like if you did valve, I was on a nuclear ship. So basically the same stuff they did. They wanted me to the steam plant, something had to do with the steam plant, and that on that rig. And I did all that stuff on my ship, valve maintenance and handling the SPO and DU and all the steam department shit. So they wanted me to basically do some type of like safety inspector shit on there. I was thinking about taking it, but then I was like, because it was 21 days on, 21 days off. That's what intrigued me the most. You work 21 days, you off for 21 days, right? So in 21 days you're working, um, you just accumulating money, right? And then 21 days you off, it's a lot you can do. So it was good, but then I had so much other shit going on at that time, but definitely a good gig if you can get into it. Yeah, exactly. And when it's a dangerous job, depending on what you do and what they got you doing. So it's something to think about. But they prepare you for all the danger. A lot of jobs that's dangerous just depend on you being smart and not making mistakes. And as long as you do that, you'll probably be all right. But for that kind of money, I mean, you think about it, 100 grand a month, you work a year, you should probably be able to invest that money in something else and be set for life, right? I mean, shit, 5 months to 500,000, and it's tax free, depending on where you at. So yeah, I think that would be a good fucking, especially if you're young, a good job for a young person to do who can do it. And especially with oil, because they protecting that shit. They don't want nothing to go wrong with those rigs, so it'll probably be all right. Well, the Navy, I was on a nuclear ship. I was on the USS George Washington aircraft carrier. It wasn't dangerous at all. Yeah, being on that rig is fucking dangerous. I mean, working down. I mean, the thing is, for me, I worked in the bottom of the ship in a reactor core. So anything go wrong with that ship, I'm dead first because I'm not gonna make it to the flight deck. I'm not gonna make it out of there. I'm gonna die in the bottom of that fucking ship. But and that's about it. But ain't nobody attacking no aircraft carrier because we travel in a battle group, meaning we got a sub near us, right? We got a destroyer near us. We got a frigate, a DDG near us. So you would be stupid. We're going to be able to intercept any missile launched at us before it get to us. So it's a safe job. But on those rigs, I would think it would be a lot more dangerous. I mean, it will only be more dangerous in the Navy if we at war. So you got that. Yeah. So those oil rigging jobs, man, like I know they have some specifications, some qualifications and shit. They really hire anybody with experience first, and like mechanics and stuff like that, engineers and stuff like that. But I think it's a job you can get in. You gotta look for it. You gotta look and search and see how they hiring process is. This was years ago when I was into it, but I don't know how it is now. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, I seen something on I think it was Instagram about it. Somebody working on an oil rig, so they might be hiring. Who knows? But it's a job that's definitely worth taking if you can do it, and especially if the money's that good. Uh, it's something I would definitely do if I was young. Like I said, if I was young and opportunity came my way with that kind of money, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, Griff, that's how I feel about Philly, man. I be telling everybody from Philly, like, listen, the food in Philly is a fucking amazing, man. Like and I've been all over the world. I've eaten everywhere, but it's just something about your food at home that you're used to. Um, you just get used to it. It's just so many different food places that I missed in Philly that nothing tops that food in certain places. So it's definitely I definitely feel you on that. I went to boot camp in Great Lakes, Illinois, and I lived in Chicago for about 2 months. Met Jerry Springer in Chicago. I talked about that before. So I had the deep dish pizza and all the chicken and the food in Chicago. Hey, in Chicago they sleep on Chicago barbecue too. It's good ass barbecue in Chicago. But I had the food is definitely good. But I know how you feel about that shit. Certain places just can't never top the food back at home. But shit is so different now. I'm so scared to touch anything at most of these places because food is just so fucking corrupt right now. It's hard to find anything, worth eating that's not going to fucking mess with your health. Yeah, don't worry. I mean, if you don't got the skills, it's fine because, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they got training. Uh, like again, it's just something you got to look at and see their requirements. Excuse me. Something you got to look into and see their requirements. It's a high paying job, but then again, at the same time, I mean, if you're young, then you got time to learn a trade and get qualifications so you can get a good high paying job. and take that somewhere. Like, don't let these people talk y'all out of college, man. I keep trying to tell people this shit. And I mean, like I'm the last person to really talk because I got college degrees that I'm not using, but still, my experience, I'm where I'm at because of those experiences. But like a lot of y'all sleep on getting fucking certifications and going to school, and you're gonna have people tell you it's a waste of time. You're gonna be in debt. No, do that shit, man. Go to school, get the fucking degree, get the fucking certificate, whatever you got to do. Learn that shit. Right now, if you really want to make money, especially if you're young and you got the time. So I talked about it before in the video. Software engineers, man, it's fucking money. Software engineers, money. Anything having to do with computers right now is going to be money going forward. Like they starting out people with like a half a million a year. So it's something I would think about getting into tech, getting into anything dealing with tech and computers right now. And if you're young, you got the time to do it. I would do it because at least that's going to put you in a professional field to where you can get a high paying salary job. You work a little bit, you work for a couple of years, you save some money, then you be an entrepreneur. You use that money and that skill and those connections to do your own thing. It's something to do when you're young. You got the time to do it. It may seem like you don't, but you do. And you'll look back 3, 4 years from now and look at where you at and be like, damn, I should have went to school. If I did by now, I would have had that degree. I could be making this kind of money, so on and so forth. That's what everybody do. I mean, right now you're not living in regret. Right now you have opportunity. So I tell people, man, you young, take the fucking time, take the opportunity, learn the skill, learn the trade. It's going to take you places. It's going to take you places. And people that's older, a lot of people miss their time. They miss their boat as far as like school because they fucking caught up with kids. They got a lot of stuff. You got to keep your job because now you have to work to live. You can't afford to quit your job because you need your job to keep paying your rent and your bills and so on and so forth. Again, a reason why I came out with the Shopify course for people that make extra money to get them out of that rat race. So then they can have money to put aside to grow after that, to grow out of that. Right? But while you young now, man, you got time. Like my son, right now, my son is killing because I'm his fucking dad. There's no fucking way. I told him there's no way you're not going to be a millionaire before you're 30. There's no fucking way. There's no way. I felt as a father if you're not a millionaire by the time you're 30. There's no fucking way you're not going to be. Right? Here's the thing. You gotta put that time in school, bro. You gotta do it. Go to school, learn shit. My son has his fucking tattoo and shit. He does. You'll be able to grow and do big things for any type of business venture that you take on. You just gotta stick to it. Consistency is the reason why a lot of people fail because they're not consistent in nothing they do. They find an excuse to quit. You gotta find something to be consistent with it, stay with it, stick to it, and then you'll grow from that. That's what credit is about, right? You look at credit. Credit is about you being consistent in your payments. Your score goes up because you've been consistent and paying your bills and doing what's important, right? So the credit system, even though fuck the credit system, but it's based on that. So if you can do that, it'll also teach you to keep other things going as well. You got to be consistent in something. It's just like, don't look for the easy get rich, way out. Like, because in order to get in, if it was that easy, a lot more people would be doing it. Because there's a lot of niggas running around selling crack and walking around with big ass guns in their pants that would then jumped on a fucking oil rig job. If they willing to do that, they'd have been jumped on the fucking oil rig or anything that's get money quick. So it's not as easy as people think it is. But while you're young, you still got opportunity to do something. Yeah, software engineering can get quick as fuck. And their jobs is crazy money. It's crazy money. They have conventions here all the time. So I actually had a chance. Well, I know a couple of software engineers. I had a chance to go to one of the conventions that was here before, and this woman, this one of the speakers there, like what? She was fresh out of school. She was like the highest ranking person in her class, whatever like that. But she got a job. They started out with a half a million a year, gave her $250,000 bonus and a car. Right. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I told my son, yo, this is what you're gonna be doing, son. Yeah, and one, I'm with you on that. Coding could be boring. Uh, until AI came about, Chat GPT came and fixed coding, because now that shit is fun. Now being able to speak code into existence is fucking crazy. Like that's been the best shit. It's been the best shit. So I'm loving that. Light bring on with you on that. Yeah, construction is always good. I think construction workers don't get enough credit. They build the world that we live in. But it's a good paying job. Unions, a lot of good shit that come with construction. HVAC, you can have your own. I mean, those guys make stupid money, man. Don't even get me started with that shit. That's another thing that people sleep on. HVAC, one, you got to think about every home that's being built, homes that's been built. You're going to need HVAC. It's not enough of them. It's one of those things where, like, okay, so of course on the West Coast, you got the Mexicans hogging that the fuck up, right? It's one of those things to where you're gonna have so much work, right? Because there's not enough of those guys. There's not enough of those guys to go to all these homes and do HVAC systems, replace systems. There's not enough. We need more people doing that shit. That's a good high paying job. Those jobs are what 10, 20,000 for like 20 G's, 30 G's for a new system. And then every house that's going to be built going to need one anyway. There's money in your pocket. So HVAC is something I would definitely think about getting into. Yeah, listen, man. I've been trying to tell people I don't want people to get too caught up. There's a lot of shit on the internet. There's a lot of shit going around, and like one of the things you got to realize too, man. A lot of people is always going to cater to that demon in us, that procrastination, right? The demon of procrastination isn't everybody, right? Until you learn how to fucking beat it. That's what being conscious means, right? So when a person tells you some shit that you don't want to do, you're already gonna feed into it. Right? When people say, okay, man, don't go to college, da da da. In the back, a lot of people mind they're thinking about being in debt, they're thinking about the work, going back to school again. They didn't like high school in the first place. It's college, completely different, of course. And a lot of people look for the excuse to not have to do something they should do. And then when you got people all over social media saying, "Hey, don't go to school, don't get in debt," and everything like that, and then you go look at the most wealthiest people in the world. Yes, a lot of these guys are college dropouts, but the majority of them went to college. They went to school, but not even just that. Like I said, like I tell people, man, the experience is what you got to think about. It's the experience you're going to go for. You're going to go for the experience. You get the degree is just a fucking major plus to it. The connections that you make there because you're surrounding yourself with professional people that's going to be doing shit. Some of my biggest connections in life are people who I went to college with and I was in the Navy with, right? So these guys are professionals. They have professional jobs. They're in professional fields. So these are the people that you be close to and be cool with, because whatever you're going to do in the future, either they can come in and invest with you, or give you some type of advice, or help you out in some way, shape, or form, or support you in what you're doing, right? I don't understand. Like you gotta get that knowledge. Unfortunately, they made it this way. It shouldn't even be this way, but it is, and it is what it is. It's not going to change. But I don't understand why more and more people just don't go and get the degree. I've seen so many people waste years of their life doing nothing, like just working a regular job for 4 years, 5 years, just working, going home, and then that's the rat race. That's how you get stuck, right? That's how you get stuck, because now what happens? What happens, right? You move out your mom's house, or you get a job first. You make enough money to move out your mom's house. Now that job allows you to get an apartment. You in an apartment. Your job is paying the rent. You save up enough. You get a car. You save up enough. You have insurance and everything like that, right? The job allows you to afford your car note, to pay rent, everything, right? Now you lose your job, then what? You can't afford to pay rent. You can't afford your car note. You have nothing on the side if you didn't build up a healthy savings. The job that you have can allow you to just live, pay rent, pay car note, pay your bills, have food, barely have money left over to get the clothes that you want or the little shit that you want, right? That's the rat race. So it's like, why would you want to fall into that trap? where a salary paying job pays you way more than a hourly job in most cases, of course, because you can be a professional and still get paid 100, 200 an hour, depending on what you do. It could be hourly, but it's going to be way more money hourly. But a salary paying job is going to allow you the growth to put yourself in a position to do big things, plain and simple. It's motherfuckers right now in their 30s and 40s working in Walmart, working in Target, people who fucking just screwed out here. And they think their life is over, but it's not. Some people just stuck in content in what they're doing, and they set in their ways. They don't want to know nothing new. But while you young now and you got a chance, you got an opportunity to fucking not have to fall in that trap. It's the same shit. I mean, like, come on, man. We from the black community. These motherfuckers been here forever. We've been in the black community your whole life, your mom's whole life. Everybody's been in the fucking black community, right? So what's the difference? How many people in the black community? I'm talking about the hood. How many people in the hood that's black do you think got their fucking college degree? Think about that. Because I guarantee you, if they got a college degree, one that's worth a damn. I'm not talking about no bullshit like a fucking degree in English, some shit like that. People who got their college degree in something that's worth getting a degree in, where you can make big money, are not in the hood no more. You make enough money to where you can go move somewhere and have a better house, a better life. Like, you got to get that paper. You got to get those skills to go and do something, right? Especially if you're trying to figure it out. Along the way of figuring it out, meaning while you're in college, who fucking knows what can happen? You might jump onto something else and make money from that, but it's gonna be because you took a different direction. Who knows? Like, who knows? When I was in law school, I thought I was gonna be a fucking lawyer. I thought I was gonna be a corporate lawyer, right? When I was in film school, I thought I was gonna be fucking directing movies. When I was in the Navy, I thought I was gonna fucking rise to the rank of fucking admiral, right? It just shit don't it don't always pan out the way it do, but through all that, I got experience, I got knowledge and know-how, and I've been able to make millions of dollars from that knowledge and fucking travel the world and buy whatever the fuck I want to buy because I got that knowledge first. I wouldn't been able to do none of that shit working at fucking Walmart and living in the hood, doing absolutely fucking nothing. I live where the fuck I want to live now. Right now, I'm living in Mandalay Bay. I live where the fuck I want to live. So it just is what it is. So, like, you gotta do something else. You gotta do something else. So something different, something outside of what everybody else is fucking doing. If you want something to change in your life, you can't keep looking at people doing the same shit and keep doing the same shit and expecting to change, right? Yeah, man. Don't ever think you too old. Please don't do that shit. Because, like, I hate when I talk to a lot of people, you guys want to do consultations. A lot of people want to do consultations with are older, and a lot of people think their time has passed, and it has not. Especially, like, yeah, people be in their 30s, like, man, it's over, man. I got 4 kids. Like, what? Get the fuck out of here. Like, especially one in this day and age. Because now, even your kids can be your fucking meal ticket. Your kids can be your money. You got kids that's on a football team. You got kids that's doing gymnastics. You got kids that's in a band. The way social media is right now, make you do a whole channel just based off of your fucking kid's life. I mean, if you're a person that can, that's willing to do that type of stuff. There's so many different ways of making money. But you're never too old. There's always something out here. Like, I look at the people who's doing the Shopify course. A lot of those guys in their 30s, 40s. A lot of couples, married couples. They're making crazy money. They crushing it doing Shopify, right? So the one old head, he went to school. He know about building websites and computers and everything like that. So he built the site fast, and he already got his stuff going. He's making money quickly. It's not hard at all to build a Shopify store. It's not hard at all to figure out a different alternative to making money rather than getting up and going to work every morning. Again, a lot of people just set in their ways and they scared to change. They're scared to do anything outside of the norm, and then they're never going to grow because of that. But don't think you're too old when you got plenty of time to do a lot of different shit, especially now, because you got the market. Shit, you can hit a fucking parlay and it'll change your whole fucking life. Sports betting, who fucking knows, man? There's too much out here. It's just too much. Like, it's too much. But like me personally, I like to play the safe role because I always feel like, and I say this to my son, I said, fuck your dreams. Whatever your dreams is, fuck your dreams. Go get money first. Get the money first. And the money that you go and get is going to help your dreams come true, because you can be chasing dreams and it's unrealistic, right? And if you're, I mean, if your dream is to be a teacher, go by all means, go ahead. That's going to be easy to do. But if you dream about something big, you need to go ahead and set yourself up to where you can go and chase that dream and it's not going to interfere with your everyday life, right? You got something to fall back on. So the reason why I always preach college and I recommend college is because that's your fallback. You being in college is not going to change you from being able to pursue any dreams or any other get rich quick shit that you're thinking about doing. It's just get the degree out the way, because if it fails, you got a backup plan, right? All else fails, you got a backup plan. I never took the bar. I finished law school. I didn't even take the bar because I already knew I didn't want to be in law, because I'm conscious. I see the crookedness in it. I see how fucking horrible it is. It's very unethical, right? It's just a lot of shit that I'm just not built for. I'm built to be in that world, and I'm not a kiss ass. So me doing my internship, I seen how that world was, and it made me sick to my fucking stomach, and I just didn't like it. So I finished. I've been invited to take the bar probably like 20, 30 times now. Listen, these people will track you the fuck down, man. I've been offered so many jobs, so many jobs. I mean, high 250,000, 300,000, all kinds of fucking crazy jobs. No, like, there's no point, man. You got to be happy in what you're doing and don't take shit for the money. But if you got to take shit for the money in the beginning because you're young and you're trying to build something, you got to do what you got to do. Take the fucking money as long as you can. Keep getting that shit until you're able to use it to get to where you got to go. Plain and simple. Hoop Daddy, what's the deal? Yes, that's another thing, man. It's CDL. Like my cousin, that's what he's doing. He's been doing that for a long time. Played football for Penn State, blew out his knee, got into truck driving. So now he has his own trucking company. Started out with one truck, now he got like fucking 27 trucks. People working for him. He could just sit home, do what the fuck you want to do. So, like, I mean, it's shit you can get into that's going to get you to where you got to go. You just got to have that mindset to do it. Yeah, nothing better than a job that you love to do. Plain and simple. I don't care what it is, man. If you go to work and you happy, man, just especially if the job is taking care of you financially, man, that's you lucky. Yeah, education. That's the best route to get out of the rat race. Educate yourself. The easiest thing. I mean, remember, I mean, you can go and get the fucking FAFSA. You can get fucking financial aid and get the fucking Pell Grant. The government will literally pay for you to go to school. I mean, it's no excuses no more. You might have to take a little job or take a fucking a loan, a student loan, to like make shit meet or get a job on campus. So what's wrong with that? So at the end of the day, you do what you got to do, and you get that payment shit out the way. You get the system set up to where you know that you make sure your class and everything's going to be paid for, and you go to class. You still get rebate checks. You still get the PHEAA grant money. You get that little fucking $680 check once in a while. Plus, you get the fucking money that's left over after school is paid for. I know that whole system. I'm gonna have to do that. So I'm gonna have to do a video on that shit because I think a lot of people just be stuck because they don't know how that system works. I've done it for so many people. I know how to get all the money you're gonna need for school, and then in a lot of cases, more. And then once you're in school and you're doing your thing, especially if they know you're gonna be a professional. That's why those loans existed, because if you know this person is gonna finish college, and it's something you'll see when you get to your fucking senior year, bruh. you can get a loan for almost anything. I mean, especially if your credit's good, they're gonna give you the money because they can't wait to attach themselves to that job that you about to get. Start getting their money back with interest. But man, like I said, the opportunities is out there, man. I highly recommend if you're young, and even if you're not young, you know, fucking 2 years, man, or less. Associate degree is nothing. Bachelor's degree you can get it in no time these days. Get it out the way and get these high-paying jobs, like salary-paying jobs, man. Especially if you got a criminal record. That's another thing. If you got that, if you got a felony or a criminal record, that erases all that bullshit. One, all you got to do is get your credit straight and then get a degree. They'll sweep that shit under the rug. They don't give a shit because it's like, what did you do with your life after that? This is what I did. A credit is fine. I have a degree. You know, everybody make mistakes. Some shit, you can't get expunged, but you can help your situation moving forward by just educating yourself and getting that degree, and then going to get a good high paying job that way. Yeah, D Griff, you're young, man. You got time, bro. You're already doing your thing right at 27. You're already in the trucking. You're already starting your own business and doing your own thing. That's where you want to be at. That's where you want to be at. Plain and simple. Like, man, like I wish, like we take it for granted because we're on YouTube all the time. We're lucky to have YouTube right now because YouTube is it's just so much free learning, outside of the conspiracy theory, spooky shit that we talk about. But if you're just looking for knowledge, general knowledge about something, you can go on YouTube and find it. I didn't have that. We didn't have that shit when me growing up. That shit was now I'm 43, so we didn't have none of that bullshit to figure it out. But now it's just so much out there to point you here, right? And there's so much shit out here to give you an understanding or an idea of what you can do to generate money. It's fucking too easy, and it's just getting more easier and easier by the minute. It's just about figuring out what you want to do and taking advantage of it and not being scared, not wasting time. Because as soon as your ass get content and comfortable, it's a wrap, man. We all know you procrastinate long enough until shit hit the fan, and then you got to move. You got to do everything quick. People that get dressed at the last minute. Oh shit, I got a half an hour. So now you got a half an hour to get dressed and get there because you've been bullshitting all day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, now I'm rushing and I'm moving. If you stay in that mode 24/7 and look at everything in that mode, like I only got a half an hour to get there, then life is just going to be so great. You're gonna get a lot of shit done. Procrastination is the biggest fucking demon, man. It's the biggest demon. That's all demons is your weaknesses, your problems. That's all the demon is. No fucking ghoul or goblin or nothing like that. That's what the Bible is trying to tell you anything. Anyway, it's your own shortcomings, your own addictions and problems. It's demons. Procrastination is one of the biggest ones. Self-doubt, a big one. Fear, a big one. And you got to get rid of all that bullshit. And the biggest one is the self-doubt. Doubting yourself. And being scared about the position you in and how you pursuing something else is going to affect that. So hopefully you guys don't worry about that type of shit. Just focus on getting shit done, being successful. My bad. There we go. So yeah, man. Like I said, I highly recommend it. Don't let people talk you out of the school part of it. It's just worth getting that out the way. It solves a lot of problems. It solves a lot of problems. I don't know how people can be so comfortable being nothing or being broke. I don't understand that shit. I never got that shit because like it's just it's just not comfortable. It is not a comfortable position to be in. I can't even fathom it. I'm like thinking like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a tough situation to be in this day and age, like now, because it's just too much, man. It's too much out here. It's fucking easy. It's easy. It's easy. Man, you can just sit up there and just If you want to be lazy, study sports. Study sports and just fucking sports bet. Because I can make $100 every fucking day just sports bet. And I do. I make crazy money just sports bet. I'm just playing around. I'm just playing around. That's all I'm doing. I'm making crazy money. So, matter of fact, let me show you guys. Hold on 1 second. What I just made the fucking the other day. You can sports bet and just make money. You can play the stock market, make money. There's a lot of shit you can do, man. Getting up, which I'm not knocking nobody who does this, but if that's the only thing you do, you're tripping. But getting up and just going to work, complaining about work, coming home to no type of fucking growth, no type of movement. I mean, it's just crazy, man. Like, why live like that? And it's okay to do it for a little while because you're trying to figure shit out. But you can't keep that shit going forever, man. You got to figure something out. You guys, these are wins, if you can see it. Cash outs. Let me see. 100. That one's, I'm not going to scroll all the way down. I got to click something, but $120, $22,000. It's just gambling, man. That's just bullshitting around. Just fucking placing bets because I know sports. I watch sports. But it's fucking a lot of shit you can do, man. I mean, just fucking you learning fucking sports, you watching sports, and you know what to bet on, and you place your bets and you win fucking money. I mean, it's not even a fucking hard thing. A lot of shit you can put your money into. So like, hopefully, hopefully you guys figure out like another alternative to just fucking going to work. It's a lot of shit you can do. No, no, no. Gambling. I don't mean gambling. I mean sports betting. Sports betting is you can call it gambling, but it's technically it ain't the same deal. It ain't the same deal because like when you're gambling, like if you play cards like poker requires a little bit of skill, but a lot of luck. It's a lot of luck. With sports bet, it's luck, but it's not luck that doesn't have any fucking inertia, any help. If I'm betting that a motherfucker gonna make a basket or a certain amount of baskets, you know, and his tendencies are to make at least a certain amount of points, then yeah, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna win. It's almost it's almost like fucking like cheating almost sometimes. Like some of the bets I look at and I'll be like, why the hell they put this? Like Dak Prescott, like I probably make more money with Dak Prescott than any other football player. Every fucking game they giving Dak 1.5, and I never understood that shit. The guy is going to throw 2 touchdowns. He's going to throw 2 touchdowns, and it's like they give him 1.5. He played most of last season, but before that, almost every single game, Dak is 1.5. If you and remember me saying this, because when the season starts back up, man, you can take 10 G's and just put it on Dak to throw 2 touchdowns in the fucking game. They got him at 1.5 and game over. You just made a shitload of money, right? 10 G's, 100 G's, whatever you can afford. Put all your money on Dak throwing 2 touchdowns. He's not going to disappoint you. And it's crazy. So, like, to me, it's like, okay, if you trying to fucking bait me into a how much money am I willing to bet situation, all right, I'll play that game and we'll see how much fucking money I can win. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, I can like if I you can literally just fucking do simple bets and it's 100, 200 every single fucking day. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I made money on that fight. I made money on that fight. I bet the knockdown and everything. Yeah, get your associate's degree. Hoop daddy, do that shit, man. Get your associate's degree. And what a lot of people do, like my cousin, for instance, like she went and she got her associate, she got her bachelor's, and then her job basically paid her to get her master's. Now she's moving on from that. Because a lot of jobs, like anybody that's in that corporate world, you'll know there's higher positions you can get, or more money you can get, higher positions with just having a higher degree, and it'll be open. So what some jobs will do is rather than hire somebody who don't know the company, they'll say, "Hey, go to school, get this fucking degree. We're gonna hire you for this fucking position and give it to you, and you'll make more money." That's what happened to her. I mean, they flew her all over. Fucking, she was going to Atlanta and all kinds of shit. They get all kinds of fucking money. You know, you have a good job. I look at this shit all the time here in Vegas. These people literally get flown out here. Their jobs send them to Vegas for a fucking convention to talk, to dress nice and talk to fucking people about a product or about their company or some shit like that. I mean, again, like yeah, it's just like we're not in that world, and they're keeping so many jobs away from us that we don't fucking even know these jobs even fucking exist. So it's a lot of fucking high paying like corporate jobs, all kinds of crazy jobs out there that people have. That's good jobs. I mean, you come here to Vegas and you see all these conventions here, man. You go up and talk to one of these people and you hear a job you never fucking heard of, where these people are making fucking six, seven figures doing a fucking easy ass job that any one of you could be doing. And it's all because they went to fucking school. They got a degree. And now they fucking vice president of fucking marketing management for a goddamn company that makes fucking fly tracks or some shit. Something stupid. Like man, like I said, man, you don't know until you get into that world. And you gotta remember the fact that we're not doing it is just more indicative of the direction they pushed us into. Right? Because that's the hustle to me. Going to fucking college and getting that degree and making that fucking money, that's what we're not doing. We don't have that in the black community. So that tells you that that was part of the agenda for us to not have that. All the more reason why you should pursue it. Plain and simple. Software engineering, man. If I was you guys, that's what I'd be getting into. Everything is about to be about programming, programming languages. Everything with AI and everything like that, everything is going on to automation. So engineering, software engineering, anything dealing with mechanics, computers, that's the way forward. Being in tech is going to be the money. We're moving out of this fucking shit. Everything's going to technology. That's the way to be. That's where you want to be at financially, man. That's where you want to be at education wise. That's what I would look to if I was any one of you guys. Or like I said, like we was talking about HVAC, HVAC. Always going to need that shit. So a lot of shit you guys can do. Culinary, money. We always going to eat. I don't give a fuck what happened. I don't want a machine making my food. I'd rather have a fucking sous chef. You know what I'm saying? Whipping up something crazy. So everything is out there, man. Shit is available. You guys got to take advantage of it. But yeah, I wanted to come on here and do this video and talk about what's happened with the trade deal, and I'm going to talk about that a lot more as uh, more stuff get released. So I'll do a lot more videos on that, and we'll get into everything that's happening with Burkina Faso and other African countries, what's happening down there. So I gotta get out of here because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I got shit to do. But hey, make sure you guys, if you're in the society and you haven't been approved, make sure you go ahead and register tonight. I'm going to approve guys. I'm going to approve everybody that's waiting now. When I get back to the room, so make sure you guys do that. I got to jump on my computer real quick. So I'll approve everybody that's waiting. I'll approve those people that's waiting for the website as well, because I know there's a lot of people that's waiting on that. So make sure you guys, get ready for that. Make sure you guys go ahead and jump on that, and I'll make sure I go ahead and approve those. Um, so the calendar will be up tomorrow. So on the app, you'll see the new calendar for the next meeting and everything like that. For members, you guys will see that. Also, the link will be in the description of this video when it's done, and all the links are in the description of all my past videos. So you guys can go ahead and jump on that. But let me get out of here real quick. And peace to y'all. I appreciate you guys waiting up for this. I'll be back on here. I haven't done lives in a while. Everybody's been asking, so I'm gonna jump on here. I know a lot of people missed it. People got work in the morning, so I'm gonna try to do it at an earlier time next time, so we can get into this more. So there's a lot of more stuff I wanted to talk about, but I'm gonna save it for that, so we get more people in here. So yeah, we'll get on it. But yeah, I see you guys. Peace.